It was a quiet morning when the news broke, a headline that no one expected to read. After decades in the public eye, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, one of America's most beloved couples, were calling it quits. The announcement spread like wildfire, leaving millions of fans stunned. For those who had watched Kelly light up television screens and followed Mark's journey as an actor, it felt deeply personal, like losing faith in a love story they'd all quietly rooted for. But what shocked the world even more wasn't the divorce itself. It was Mark's very first move after the split, a decision so deeply personal, so unexpected, that it made everyone pause and ask, what happens next? For nearly 3 decades, Kelly and Mark had seemed unshakable. They were the couple who made people believe that true love could survive fame, fortune, and time. So when the divorce became public, it wasn't just celebrity news. It was a heartbreak that rippled across homes, especially among those who'd followed their story since the 90s. How could this happen? Fans whispered. After everything they've shared? As the shock began to fade, attention turned to Mark. Would he disappear from the spotlight? Would he retreat behind the closed doors of grief and privacy? But instead, Mark surprised everyone. He didn't run from the pain, he faced it. He chose vulnerability over silence, courage over comfort. His first move wasn't about a new role, a luxury purchase, or a rebound romance. It was about reflection and the strength that comes from speaking truth in a world that watches your every move. Mark appeared publicly, sharing a message that resonated far beyond Hollywood. He spoke about endings, not as failures, but as beginnings. He didn't frame the divorce as the end of a fairy tale, but as the turning of a page in a much larger story still unfolding. His words weren't dramatic or polished. They were raw, simple,
about gratitude
and sincere.
For the years shared with Kelly, for the family they built, and even for the lessons learned through heartbreak. And for millions who had faced their own losses, through divorce, illness, or grief, those words hit home. Mark reminded everyone that sometimes the bravest thing you can do after heartbreak is to stand tall, speak honestly, and refuse to let bitterness grow. But it wasn't just his words that moved people. It was what he did next. Instead of chasing fame or hiding behind work, Mark turned his focus to his children. He was seen spending quiet, meaningful time with them, away from cameras, away from headlines. It was a powerful reminder that behind all the fame, he was a father first. And just when people thought they understood his journey, Mark made another unexpected move. He didn't just retreat into family life, he stepped toward reinvention. In the weeks that followed, whispers began to spread about new projects, about Mark exploring paths different from anything he'd done before. This wasn't about proving a point or competing with Kelly. It was about rediscovering himself as a man, as a father, as someone ready to begin again. And that quiet courage became a lesson for thousands who were walking through their own storms. Because life doesn't end when a chapter closes. Sometimes that's when the real story begins. Soon, social media was filled with messages of support. People shared their own stories, stories of heartbreak and renewal, of losing something only to find themselves again. Mark's journey had become something bigger than celebrity gossip. It had become a symbol, proof that even after love ends, life still has the power to surprise us, to heal us, and to begin anew. And as the world watched, one truth stood out above all. Sometimes, the most powerful comeback begins not with a headline, but with a quiet decision to keep moving forward.